What's up, guys? Time to show off a couple builds that's going out to my friend Jen, who I've done a custom build for before. These are when we were trying to figure out what compass anchor that would flow with this bezel and build well. This is out of 3 different styles. This is the one that won, so we made a second one of it. So this one, not sized. This one I have sized for already. So full-on silver build. So we've got a brushed case, we've got a brushed engineered band, a brushed case, which I've already said, so 2 brushed cases. This is a milled one-piece bezel from my buddy Vitaly. It is a small coin, diver style. Some of these you've seen that I can actually paint because this is actually recessed down in there. It's like a matte finish on the inside. And the camera's not picking it up, but in some of the pictures, it almost looks kind of like distressed inside there. But anyway, it's recessed down. We can like paint fill these and then sand them to where everything raised pops back in color into your silver. So every once in a while you might see one of these in like black or yellow, just silver and filled with green, orange, black. You know, we can do that with them. It just takes a little bit of time to get it filled in there and thinned out to where it's going inside well. But custom laser dial, everything is fully lasered. The background everything is lasered down. So everything that's raised is what remains of that silver. So we have a compass anchor in there. We went through and did the tiny pips of loom. It was such a bold picture that we didn't want to do oversized or anything like that to take away from anything. So you can see that they are in there. And obviously with the anchor there, you're not going to have your 5 and your 6. Did a set of Vostok 24 silver hands, a Moldova seconds hand, stainless steel movement holder in there, a little signed BVW rotor, which it's kind of hard to see. I've got the sun right in my eye, so I can't really see, but it's a signature on the side, and a low profile exhibition case back. This is on quick disconnect, custom engraved clasp for you. And that is on both watches. Now this one has just been sized for you. I'm going to size this one thereafter. Here's your extra links. So this one is sized down for you. Same exact build, except 3 links taken out on each side. And as I was showing you, here are your micro adjustments. So if you do need to make any micro adjustments down, my understanding is from here all the way up to here is a full link. That's a half link. If it's too tight, which I don't think it's going to be because it was super tight on me and the measurement you gave me was smaller, so I pulled out an additional link. But if you need it even tighter than that, you can make those adjustments here. If for some reason it is too tight, the only way you're going to have is you're going to add one back. And all you need to do is you need to look and see where they are recessed down in. That's where you punch them through. It will have the arrows on the inside. Tells you to punch down. As you're tapping them back in, they go flush. So though it looks like a screw head, it's not. That's just how the kind of the cotter pins fold back over on itself. So don't hit this side. You hit the recessed side, and it's recessed so that you can get your punch down in there without walking it around and like scratching up your watch. So the pin is slightly not as wide as your band, so that there is recess. So when you tap it back in, it's not coming out all the way the other side, so you can tap it back in. And they're reversed. On this side is the tap. On this side is the tap. So you tap it back out, add 2 links, add 1 link in there and tap it back in. But same exact build. Milled band, everything on it is identical to the other. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads. Actually, I can go over a little bit more on these. I got these bezels on a little bit tighter, these milled bezels. We have a good tension ring on it. I know you've got that on your other watch, but bezels will turn left, they'll turn right. They are on there really tight though. These milled, the spec on that is a little bit tighter, which is great for all of us. Automatic mechanical, just like your other watch. You can wind it, wear it, put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind. And a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and just go back and forth. If you do that for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you'll keep time throughout the day because that'll be mixed with your rotor movement. If you know you're going to be driving or at a desk or not doing anything at all, make sure you wind it for upwards of 10 to 15 seconds. That'll give you a 31-hour power reserve on it and above. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. When you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click and set your time. You'll notice it has a wobble crown that deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure on anything. And also this clutch system disengages when it's screwed in. So if you have any side impact, it doesn't transfer into your keyless works and into your movement. Okay, Google, what time is it? Should be the same as that.
It's 1:33 p.m.
1:33 p.m. When you're good, push it over, screw it down. When you're setting your time, you'll notice you've got your little tiny markers in there. Down here, a little bit tougher, but we know that's 34, so that must be 33. Matching beads, I put these on. My wrist was slightly bigger than you, and these are right where they should be, a little bit loose. What I would suggest is what I suggest with everybody is just if you roll it up your wrist and have your watch here, then it's good to go. So if you feel it's a little too loose, just put it on the back side of the watch. Some of mine I wear on the front side of my watch because when you're using different size beads, sometimes you're getting 8 millimeters and 10 millimeters, and then you've got your piece here. Whenever we're styling these to match, you know, taking out one bead adjusts the whole look of. Sometimes you can't take out one, you got to take out two, and then it's much smaller. So sometimes it's not so simple as going, I'll just take out one bead. You got to take out 2 or 3, depends on what your pattern is, or kind of like rework the whole thing to try to figure out a way to take out one. But yeah, so if it's a little too loose there, put it on the back side where it's a little bit tighter on your wrist. And then these, I had a couple, I was thinking I've done some Krakens with these because, they're octopus Kraken-esque. But anything nautical can go into a treasure chest box with a octopus tentacle on it, right? So, had 2 of these done up in silver. I will adjust the band on that one before I send it out, and then just the links in the bottom. But 2 3D printed. They have they can be partially opened as well if you want. They have magnets. There's a magnet inlay on the side, so you have your stop points where it connects. As with every build, you're going to get watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so this watch as a whole, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, along with a microfiber. I would use the clear one. This lets you know if you actually got anything off your watch. And then you're also going to have some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. If you do, you'll put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your included matching microfiber. The scratches up and down, go left and right, filling that scratch, haze it, buff it out, see if it's gone. If it's not, revisit it in 10-15 minutes once that solidifies and kind of build that scratch back up. If you scratch the case, green side is Scotch-Brite. Do single passes, don't go back and forth. You'll put lines in a direction you don't want. Single pass around at an angle, following the contour. If you get it on here or on your clasp, Scotch-Brite, 1 pass on the green side. Do not go up and down. You're going to put lines the way you don't want it because you're not going to be able to do it the same way. So just off, just hitting it. And what you're doing is you're just blending the scratch in. You're not removing the scratch. You're just making it where you can't really see the scratch anymore. Because you're putting additional scratches in there that blended in. So that's all you're doing. Those are your builds. Thank you so much, Jen. These came out really good. I really like the style that we were able to do. So I'm probably going to have like maybe some Krakens done that way, some Piranhas done that way, to where, because it's just a good mix of two silvers, but it's literally the same silver. It's just the temperature from the laser that gives it kind of that matte, more of a battleship gray kind of background color. But it's all, a single piece of, I believe that one was aluminum. So real cool results on it. It came out pretty awesome. I have another one somewhere. Of course, not close, and not where I within arm's reach. Know where it is. I'd have to probably search for a minute. I do have another one, and it's just kind of a little bit different tones, but I'll probably do that with brass as well. It looks so nice. It's a very classy take on it, and I just really like how it came together. So I hope you love it too. Appreciate your support. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.